everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do some daily topics and what's been going on. So anyone don't know, I live in Orlando, Florida, and we're getting ready for this hurricane called Milton. According to the weather report, it's a category 4, I believe, yeah, 4, and it's going to hit landfall Wednesday night to Thursday morning to the Orlando area and Tampa as well. And I know a lot of people are freaking out. This is not my first rodeo. I know a lot of people are just worried and don't know what to do. I just feel like, if you've been here for over a decade, you should be well prepared. If you live near the waterfront or if you live by the beach, evacuate immediately because you don't want to deal with the impact of Milton. Now, I lived in Florida since I was 8 before I moved to New York when I was 23. So hurricane is not my first rodeo when it comes to natural disasters. I know how to prepare myself and what to do, what not to do. But what mind-boggling for me is people who live over a decade and they get freaked out and nervous and they don't know what to do. And I'm like saying to myself, just have a little bit common sense. Like, especially if you've been here for a long time, like hurricane, natural disasters should not be anyone's first rodeo. Obviously, you get the basic essentials, what you need: bottle of water, batteries, candles, canned goods, snack that you can snack on. Just God forbid if the power goes out, then at least you have something that you can get by with. Bread, peanut butter and jelly, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Some people don't have generators. I live in an apartment complex. We don't have backup generators. I know most people who own a home, they do have it and they don't. But it's just basic common sense. And I just don't understand why people get freaked out. Oh, what I'm gonna do, And I'm like, why stress yourself? Just do what you've been normally doing when you get hurricanes, especially if you live in Florida. When you live in Florida, you're gonna get hurricanes. If you live up north, when I used to live up north for the last 20 years, we get blizzards, we get winter storms. What do? You prepare yourself, you prep, you get bags of salt, sand, you do what you need to do. Bottles of water, just a basic essential. If you live in LA, what do they get? They get fires, they get earthquakes. Same thing in San Francisco. It's the same thing. Oklahoma, they get tornadoes. You do what you need to do to survive and to prepare yourself for the worst, God forbid. Obviously, no one doesn't want to go through what went through with Helena in North Carolina, Georgia, and Nashville. Obviously, I don't want Milton to hit Orlando or Tampa or anywhere. I just pray that it just go away and go through the ocean and then we be done with it. However, it's good to be prepared. It's good to be smart and be safe and have common sense. Like, if you live in a waterfront, you leave, you evacuate. What's mind-boggling to me, people stay, and I don't understand why you're gonna stay. Like, you can't save all your stuff. You take what you need to do and you evacuate and you go. Because God forbid if people stay, and if it gets bad or worse the next day, it's gonna be hard to get rescued. It is. It's just bottom line, it's gonna be hard to get rescued. So just leave. So I went to Walmart today just to get the small essentials because my husband and I, we already got everything we need, thank God. And on one of the aisle, there was no water. All the waters were gone on the shelves. Then I went around and I saw all these cases of water. I'm like, okay, we didn't need it, but I just wanted to play safe and sorry because my husband and I, and plus Apollo, our dog, we drink a lot of water. So I just got one case. This woman got 6 cases of water, okay, 6. Now, I don't know, I'm just assuming it's not for her. I think maybe she's getting it from a friend of hers. Another woman got 4 cases. She almost run me over because she was just getting cases after cases. And I just feel like, in my opinion, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right that people are getting like 4 cases, 5 cases, 6 cases. Or I just feel like it should be 2 cases per person, period. Because what if the next person who went to Publix or went to other stores, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, and there was no cases of water? I just feel like some people are just so selfish and they just think of themselves and they don't think about other people. In my opinion, there was no one to control amount of water people should get. In my opinion, it should be 2 cases of water per person, period. Moving on. Gas station. People have lost their minds. Like, I just don't understand. Like, people knew about Milton may come, and people just do things the last minute. I get it, people have to work and you have things to do, but why do things the last minute and drive yourself crazy and stressed out? Like, you should just gas up your car ahead of time, get the essentials that you need ahead of time, and move on. And the thing is, everyone's so worried about this hurricane and prepping, but they're not worried about Christ. They're not worried about the last day of Judgment Day. Everyone's just worried about this and that, and I'm like, they're preparing themselves for the hurricane, but they're not preparing to get right with Christ. It's just mind-boggling. And it's like, you know, people need to change. People need to change their, you know, the way they speak, to change their hearts, change their mindset, change, renew their minds and everything, because, you know, unfortunately, we're living in the last days. We're living in the last days, and we should prepare ourselves to get ready for it. By preparing ourselves is doing right by others. By preparing ourselves is having a good heart. Preparing ourselves to use our tongues and speak kindly to others and renew our minds and just come closer to Christ. That's what we need to prepare ourselves. And I just feel like people are just so focused on this hurricane, which is rightfully so, but it's just like, what about Christ? That's all I have to say about that. What about Christ? Moving on. So I know this whole thing about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, this whole big scandal that Beyoncé might know about, the whole, you know, freak off parties and stuff like that. I just have a theory, and I don't like conspiracy theories. I just have a theory, and just be patient with me. Now, I know I said in my last video that nothing would shock me once the truth comes out regarding the tapes and everything, but I have to go back, I have to say what really would surprise me is Beyoncé, because the reason why I used to listen to her in Destiny's Child, I used to listen to her when she went solo, and just watch her develop as a girls band group to a single solo person, and I loved her album. I just loved her story, where she came from, how she worked hard, and etc. So for me to hear that Beyoncé may be involved in this, it's just hurting. It's just really sad, and I just pray that it's not true, because she's a mother and she have daughters. So that would just be really, really upsetting to me, and it would be really sad that if she was a part of this, like, may God have mercy on her soul. May God have mercy on her soul. I know that her parents raised her right, and for her to do that, and for her to know about this and have a knowledge of that, that's just crazy to me. But here's my theory. I just want to play devil advocate here, okay? What if that Beyoncé did find out about her husband, Jay-Z, and all this freak off parties, all this sexually encounters with young children and stuff like that? What if she knew about this and she wanted to do something? What if she wanted to report it and Jay-Z threatened her, saying, and this is just me playing devil's advocate, saying that if you say anything, I'm going to take away your children, you're not going to have a business, no one's not going to believe you, whatever. You know what I mean? It could be possible. It could be possible she knew about all this crazy stuff and she was not going along with it until maybe Jay-Z threatened her. That's just my theory, one theory. Or maybe she knew about all this stuff and she went along with it and she didn't care, because it's not her child, it's not her problem, and she didn't care. She just went with it, and she knew this whole time what was going on. That is my theory. And the other thing too, I've been watching clips of accepting speech with Adele and Lizzo. They accepted awards that they won, and they were giving Beyonce all the praise and glory. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that made no sense to me. If I won an award, the first person I'm gonna think is God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for me winning this a Grammy award and so forth. And then I'm gonna thank my family, thank my friends, thank my producers, thank people that back me up. I'm not gonna thank another artist for what? That was just very odd to me, that Lizzo and Adele, I can't remember the other person, that actually thanked Beyonce for what? Did she produce your songs? Did she produce your make your videos? Was she a director? I wouldn't think so. So that was pretty odd to me that they did that and giving her praise and glory. Now, I've been going on my TikTok page and just strolling, and then I've been hearing this song, which I used to listen to before I became to Christ. J. Cole, pardon me, J. Cole, She Knows. And when I was listening to the lyric, I'm like, and hearing other people, I'm like, and this album came out a long time ago. And I'm just saying, is this a cryptic code? Is he trying to tell us something? She knows, Beyonce knows. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. Sean knows. I feel like it's a code. I feel like he's telling his audience and people something in regards to this song. Because if the last lyric, it says, only bad things about a star is they burn up. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Left Eye. Michael Jackson, I see ya. Just as soon as I die. Now that's a little suspect to me. You know, and I've been hearing rumors that Beyonce was jealous of Aaliyah, and other stuff. And I'm like, could this possibly be true that she may have something to do with Aaliyah's death, or Jay-Z? They were in cahoots with this? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I hope and pray that's not the case. What I need is proof. What I need is evidence. If is that true? It's a big allegation to accuse someone of crashing a plane down. It didn't make any sense to me with the plane. Like I said in my last video, like they came from wherever they came from to Bahamas with the same equipment, with the same people, in the same plane, land. Now, after the video shoot wrapped up in Bahamas, they packed up everything, same equipment, same crew, same pilot, and boom, the plane crashed. So to me, that's a little suspect. I have to say, that's a little suspect. Do I know that if Jay-Z and Diddy have any involvement in it? I'm not quite sure. Or the director, someone mentioned the director's name, Hype Williams. I don't know. I pray that's not the case, but if it is, they should do a full investigation about that, about Kim Porter. Anything that's a strange death, they need to do that. Tupac Shakur, they need to do an investigation of that. I believe in my own opinion that Diddy has something to do with Tupac Shakur's death. I'm just saying he does. So, moving on. Now, you remember when I told you in my last video that I had a list of all the celebrities that's been to Diddy's party. I don't have all of them. I've written down the people that's been going to his parties for years, or maybe one time or two. So I wanted to write the names of the freak off people that's been going to his parties for over a decade, or maybe more, or maybe less. And I have my suspects. Obviously, there's going to be more names, but this is the names that I have so far. Jay-Z, Meek Mills, Usher, Jamie Foxx, DJ Khaled. I don't know. I put him in there. Miguel, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Kevin Hart. Now, I put a star next to this name because I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't know. I just put a star of him. Seems a little... He's been to his parties, yes, but I don't know. I feel like he's been to the freak off too. I'm just having this gut feeling, but I'm not sure. I know in the past, I told my husband, I don't think so. He would be in the freak off parties because he doesn't seem like he likes younger kids, but even though he likes to date younger women, I don't think that can't picture myself him doing that with younger kids. But these days, you just never know. Moving on. Eric Adams, the New York mayor, who's getting indicted for all this fraud that he's been doing in Turkey. Tyler Perry, Stephen J, Dwayne Wayne, because I know he likes to be freaky too, doing all these freaky parties I heard in his home and stuff like that, and his wife, Gavin Unions, participate in that stuff. I tell you, people are just nasty. Listen, I have no judgment here. You want to do freaky stuff, do freaky stuff. If you want to swing that way, beyond me, do that. But when it comes to underage girls, leave it, or boys, leave them alone. Leave them alone. To me, you're a pervert. To me, you're disgusting if you mess with underage boys or girls. And the fact is that the matter is they have children themselves. That's the thing that's mind-boggling to me. You have kids yourself and you're doing it to other kids, which is wrong. Moving on. Ja Rule, and this name that I've been hearing. Ron Berkeley, apparently Diddy's sugar daddy, he's a billionaire, and I'm going to do more investigation about him and know his background. So that's another thing that I'm going to work on in regards to who he is, how he's related to Diddy, and everything else. Because it seemed like this particular man, I feel like he's the big piece to this mystery. Now, moving on. So, it seemed like, and I was told this, that the way that Diddy is drugging underage girls, you know, the whole the horse tranquilizer, and I don't remember the name of the drug, that he's been putting it in a fruit punch. And that's how he's getting them. He's putting it in a fruit punch and then knocking them out, and it's having inappropriate sex with these young kids, especially a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old. What sick, demonic person would do that to a 9-year-old boy? Come on, man. A 9-year-old boy. Let alone a girl. Drugging them. And you think that it wouldn't be in a child system? Like, that's the arrogant that he is. He doesn't think. He just thinks stupidly, and he just thinks that he's just untouchable, like nothing can touch him, no one can't beat him, he has to win, win, win. And for him to do that to a young boy, having sex with that young child, it's just disgusting. And to drug them too, with a horse tranquilizer. Disgusting. And he should burn in hell, and people that were involved should burn in hell too, because it's wrong and it's disgusting. And I just can't believe no one didn't say anything. Like, who knew? Who knew about this? People who knew about this should be held accountable, like I keep saying, should be held accountable for this. People should be punished and reprimanded about this. Plain and simple, because it is wrong to violate someone. And this is what I believe, my theory too, that these young women and men, they're being drugged, and they have no idea what's happening. You know what I mean? They have no idea. And then passing along with their friends, having sex, raping them without their consent. That does happen. And it is happening. And it's been happening for over a decade, and no one's not saying anything. And everything that's been going on with Diddy, where's his friends? Where's all his celebrity friends? They are quiet, like a mute. Quiet. They have nothing to say, no press conference, nothing. Where are they? Where are they? See, you think, you know your friends when shit hits the fan, when shit hits the fans, you know who your really friends are. You know who you can really trust. And obviously, I don't see Jay-Z standing up by him, Beyoncé, all these people that's been in his parties, not saying anything because they're scared shitless, because they're afraid that they might be on the tapes. And my thing is, the people that have been going to the freak off parties, and then they think that they probably go there because it was just an innocent thing. But think about it. He drugged these people, okay? Have them film and use them for leverage for later on. I feel like Diddy was working with the feds or someone, because I just feel like, who does that? Who drugs someone, have them tape and do things that they think that they wouldn't do normally. And I feel like Diddy knows this, that a certain particular person who's been going to his party, they wouldn't do the things that they normally would do, because obviously they were drugged, and he got them on tape. So he got them on tape, blackmailed them, and look what happened. And I just feel like, when you blackmail the wrong person, people are going to turn on you. When you have that big ego and you think that you're indestructible, and you think that, your crap don't stink, and then you just like above the law, things are going to happen. I'm telling you. God doesn't like ugly. He doesn't like evil. It's good versus evil. And Sean Diddy Combs is evil among his conspirators are evil too. Period. And now people are freaked out. And I feel like, especially this tape that everyone is worrying about, which is, it's selling, not selling, but the bidding war for millions off of this sex tape, and then this A-lister is freaked out that it may be released through the internet. I feel like, just like I said in my last video, this person should just come forward and do a press conference and just tell his truth. Like, this is not what he wanted. He did not engage in this. He did not participate in this. He was drugged, and he had sex without his consent, and it was filmed. If it's the truth, and that's his truth, I don't want to speak for this particular A-lister, then he should say that. He should just nail it in a coffin and just speak his truth and do a press conference before the tapes get released, because apparently there's nothing he can do. You know, I pray to God that the tape doesn't get released and it's out there in the world. But what if it's not? What if it's not? So I feel like he just has to come forward and just get ahead of it and then just do a press conference. I know it's embarrassing for him. I know that it's giving this person anxiety and shame, but I'm letting you know, I don't know who this particular A celebrity is, but don't be ashamed. It's not your fault. It is not your fault. You were taken advantage of. You were drugged without your consent. You had sexual relations with Diddy and among other people. It's not your fault. All the victims is out there. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. And I feel like many of Diddy's, goons were telling them and threatening them, oh, if you say anything, I'm going to expose you, blah, blah, blah. And it worked. It worked because people have been silent for over a decade. People have been silent until, thank God for Cassidy that she did that lawsuit. Because I feel like with her doing that lawsuit and that tape that leaked out, her getting beaten down by that disgusting man, Sean Diddy Combs, it opened the floodgate. It opened the floodgate for a lot of people to come forward and tell their truth and let people know how Sean Diddy Combs is a monster, okay? A monster. Plain and simple, a monster. He's disgusting. And he should just be rotten in prison for the rest of his life. But again, the feds are gathering information, their attorneys too. I just pray that everything comes to the light. When things are in the dark, everything comes to the light, and the truth will set you free. There's nothing that Sean Diddy Combs can do. He's done. It's a wrap. So whether he testify in court, whatever, the proof is right there. You can't lie. You can't. He can't. He can't lie. He cannot lie. Because the truth is right there. What he's going to say is fake. He's the one who filmed it. He's the one who did the audio too. So he can't lie once the feds or other people or this mysterious sex tapes get leaked out. It's done. It's a wrap. And they still let multiple people have tapes. Multiple people. So what he's going to say. This whole situation is bigger than Epstein, is bigger than Weinstein. I just feel like it's bigger than R. Kelly because it's similar, but I feel like it's just more bigger because R. Kelly was just him. You know what I mean? It was just him having sex with underage girls and boys. But with Sean Diddy Combs, there's other people involved in this. Other people and this freak off and many more. So I feel like this is just a big ass Hollywood music production, music industry, scandal. And this is something that no one's never, ever, ever going to forget. This is something that they're going to remember by. And Sean Diddy Combs have no credibility at all. No credibility, because no one doesn't believe him, except for his family, except for his daughters and his friends and his son, which his sons probably have something to do with this too. So I just hope and pray that the truth comes out and people, more victims will come out and speak their truth and no longer be afraid anymore, because Sean Diddy Combs can't do anything to you at all. Just put your faith in God and trust in God that all things are possible, and he is bringing everything to the light, okay? Everything to the light. 2024, things are going to be rattled up. So get ready, Buttercup, because the truth will come out. And I cannot wait for it to come out and for the rest of the world to see what kind of monster Sean Diddy Combs is. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you really like this video. Please comment below and let me know your thoughts about every topic that I talked about today. And I just want to say thank you again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.